Hello, hello, hello. Hey, what's up and hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know. Let me get my formal introduction. Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Let me see who is in here. Hey, Antoinette. Hey, Yuli. Hey, Nene. Oh, y'all already going in this chat. Hey, Tiff. Hey, Vivian. Hey, Indigo. So, yeah. Yes. So, let's talk about this, y'all. And I'm sure it's going to be a lot of ladies in the chat, but gentlemen, if you come in, by all means, let's have an honest discussion, all right? So, there's been a lot going on in these social media streets, like always. And I want to say maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago, all of a sudden this video pops up, this viral video. I think it started on TikTok, if I'm not mistaken. And this girl, who will remain nameless because I do know her name after doing some research, but because of the information I found out, I'm not putting her name out there. How about that? So she went viral. She was in the car, apparently recording herself, and completely was disgusted that her date took her to the Cheesecake Factory. And so, with that, because she looks in the camera, and at first I was like, is this live? But I guess it wasn't live. It was just that she was recording it. He's trying to be a gentleman and open up her door. The door is locked, and he's like, are you recording me? Like, do you want to get out? And she has this stank, bougie little attitude. Like, I know this fool did not take me to the Cheesecake Factory. And continuing on in the video, pretty much, he says that he was going to take her to a nicer spot, but she was late. And then she pretty much says, well, take me to that spot. But he's so disgusted by her attitude. He's like, you know what? Forget it. So that's pretty much the summary of this video. Okay. So when I first saw it, my first thought was, this is some over the top ignorant ish. Okay. I was like, what the heck is this? And another thought that came to my mind is, well, this is going to be another way to create hostility and division between women and men. Okay. So I was just like, oh, this is going to be another, another war as far as the men versus the women. And, and to be honest, women versus women, because when you saw the comments, you had just as many women, if not more women, going in on her than the men. Okay. So I was just like, this is going to create some unnecessary drama. But here's the problem. Finding out that it was a skit from the beginning. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but this was an actual skit. Okay. It was a skit. It was not real. It was fake. This woman is an actress. Okay. And she even admitted that it was a skit. Hey, Joseph, what's up? Yeah, she admitted it was a skit. And so with that, I was like, okay, this is just like the trans woman a couple of months ago. You dropped this bombshell on the internet, and then you see people bickering, going back and forth about the topic while you sit back and you trend. So at a certain point, I was just like, okay, you know what? At what point does this end? But it's never going to end because, of course, this is what she wanted. And I'm assuming this is what he wanted. So with that, and if you want to verify the receipts, I actually follow this lady. Her name is Chrissy. Really, really dope. Love her. She talks about colorism and stuff like that. She has the receipts and all of that. She has a receipt that it's a skit. They actually did several takes on this. So yeah, this was all planned, and apparently it was planned by a man. A man did this, okay? It wasn't by her, but it was by a man. But my thing is, and it's interesting that I was thinking the same things that Chrissy was thinking. Why would she even want to do this in the first place? But you know, people do anything to want to go viral. So with that, I just said, okay, this is another situation, just like the trans woman who said that, you know, biological female born, you know, women don't own periods, and it caused an uproar. This was the same thing. So at that point, it went viral and it caused some nonsense. And as usual, it caused unnecessary foolery, dumb ass ish, and it caused these dating lists. Okay. The dating list. Now, check this out though. This is one thing. I don't know if you guys peeped this from what I saw. Now, y'all can let me know if you saw something different. But if you notice with the dating list when it comes to the women, okay, you have, of course, this girl's face who did the whole hoopla in the first place, the whole skit. Then you have, you know what I'm saying, my fellow thick sister who I don't even know why they chose that photo. You know why? Well, I know why they chose that photo, to be ignorant as hell. You see what I mean? Like, look at the photos that they picked for the women, right? Look at the photos. And then look at the photo that they picked for the man. Y'all notice that? Do y'all notice that? Notice the women that they picked versus the man. You got Michael B. Jordan suited up, dressed to the nines, got his sunglasses on like he GQ fabulous, right? Then you have these pictures. Am I the only one seeing this? So, like I said, it was already going to cause division. Now, I had an honest conversation, as always, with one of my friends. And as you guys probably are aware, I am someone who loves to hear different perspectives. It's just all about the delivery of that perspective, but I like to hear different perspectives. So I'm talking to my friend about this, and I'm just like, what is this foolery? What is going on? And, you know, she said, well, Chris, what's wrong with having standards as far as what you want in a first date and beyond? Because we were talking and she said the first date is literally the setup to everything else you're going to expect in the relationship going forward. And so we had an honest discussion about it. And I said, okay, look, I get it. Especially, you know, we definitely need to have our standards. I personally feel like there's a way to have those standards. Everything doesn't need to be announced. Everything doesn't need to be publicized. Everything damn sure doesn't need to be on social media. All right. And you guys hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. And subscribe if you are new to the channel. So with that, you know, I said, you know, there's definitely a way, but when you are doing viral videos, or if you are making it known on a viral social media platform, what you're expecting, it's no longer about you and that person that you're going on a date with or that you're trying to possibly be in a relationship with. It's about everyone. Everyone is now involved. So that's where it gets to a point where is it really about standards, or is it really about you getting attention? Is it really about standards, or is it really about you trying to be, I don't know, gold digging one-on-one? Like what is it about? Hey, Aspen, hey, May. And I say that because some of these things on here are just ridiculous. First of all, I've been a fan of the Cheesecake Factory since the Cheesecake Factory existed. And some women and men go to the Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, all of these restaurants on a consistent basis. So if you go on a consistent basis, what the hell is wrong with your date taking you there? You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with your date taking you there? Now, Some people, like for example, coffee dates, ice cream dates, which is interesting that they put Starbucks and then coffee dates. I'm like, oh, okay. Whoever made this list. All right. But yeah, coffee dates, ice cream dates, Starbucks. Some people prefer those type of dates because at the end of the day, you can find out, you know what I'm saying, if you're interested in that person or not. Keep it sweet or simple. Some people prefer a dinner and really get to know the person. I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, one of my friends, she loves sports. So sporting events, you take her to a Lakers game, baby, she gonna fall in love immediately. So this list is just flat out ignorant on so many levels, especially when you really think about it. The people who are probably making the list probably can't even get someone to buy them a damn donut at Krispy Kreme. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Whoever made this list, trust and believe they do not probably get a lot of freaking dates. This is why they're making the list in the first place. This is why they're making it in the first place. So my whole thing is you can have standards. There's nothing wrong with having standards. The issue is when you need to let everybody else know what your standards are, and then also when your standards possibly, maybe, no, just honestly, they're unrealistic. Okay? Unrealistic. Like some of these things, and again, it also depends on where you are in life. You know what I'm saying? Definitely you're supposed to date someone who's evenly yoked. So you where you are in life, of course, if you're in high school or college, some of these things are acceptable. I mean, some of these things are honestly acceptable. Like at my age, would I prefer a date at the Wingstop? No. But also at the same time, the dates that I have, every man that I've been on a date, they say, where would you like to go? They don't leave it up to them. They ask me, where would I like to go? Now, if I say something like surprise me and I end up getting the Wingstop, that's look, when you don't know that man's mentality. You don't know that man's mentality. But I've always been asked, where would you like to go? Where would you like to go? And then I choose where we are going. But in high school and college, for example, the Wingstop, you know what I mean? Like Denny's, IHOP, things like that. So what? You're just starting off in life. Who the hell cares? And if you can get something else on this list that's a little higher or even better, then great. But I want your opinion on this, because does your first date determine how the rest of it is going to go? Does it? Does it determine that? And I definitely had to have that conversation because she did make some valid points. She said, look, if I accept, you know what I mean, the hookah bar or Applebee's on the first date, he's gonna think that's acceptable. He is going to think that this is going to be the standard. You know what I mean? So if this is the standard, then there should never be a problem with taking me to Applebee's forever or the Cheesecake Factory forever. So, do you guys believe that? Do you believe that the first date sets the standard in where this relationship is going to go? And I absolutely agree. The first date a lot of times is about the vibe. It is. Okay, you're saying no, Nini? Okay. So, you're saying no. First date does not determine the standard of where the relationship is going to go or what he is going to see as the standard, what you expect. So, with that, you guys, then we have, and of course, now interesting enough, this is the list that apparently we don't even know if a woman created this list. I haven't even found any research that there was a woman who actually created it. For all we know, a man created this to cause some drama. But then you get the man's side, and he's saying single mothers, women with a lot of tattoos, women who dress provocatively, ex-workers, Instagram models, women with large social media followings, women with purple hair. Now, maybe some of this was considered a joke, but considering that we have a lot of guys today that grew up in the Kevin Samuels social media of it all, yeah, I don't know. Like I can almost bet that some guys, even though they probably fit into some of these categories, divorcee, single father, plus size, drink a lot, you know what I'm saying, men without fathers and possibly a mother, even though they fit into this category, they got an issue with women having this, but at the same time, a woman shouldn't have an issue. Interesting, right? So okay, so I'm seeing, and I'm gonna do a panel. I'm gonna do a panel. So I'm seeing you guys are saying it's about the vibe of it, regardless on where you go. So you don't mind where he takes you. So I'm gonna open up a panel on this. But here's the thing: it did not end here. It didn't end here. This was the last one I saw until literally the lady strike back. And now they're coming with this. Men with toddlers or younger, men that live with their mama, men that live with their baby mama, DL men. Like when I tell you this catty nonsense is going back and forth over a skit, y'all, that wasn't even a legit situation. She was acting and so was he. Like the things that people will do to actually create a buzz is ridiculous. Because I'm just like, come on. Like this is, and the people, like I said, who are making this list, you know they're not in healthy relationships or they don't have healthy expectations. Otherwise, they wouldn't be taking their time doing the list in the first place. So let me see. After I sent most of the check trying to wine and dine the date, chances are we might not see each other again after that. So that would have been a waste, in my opinion. Okay, Joseph, are you willing to come up here too? Because I know the lady's gonna come up here. You willing to come up here? Because I really want us to have like a honest conversation about this. Because my friend is like, hell no. She's a Michelin star type of girl. You take her Michelin star, 5-star restaurant. If it ain't that, she's not going. You know what I mean? Like she's that girl who wants someone to rent out a helicopter. And granted, she has had that. Okay. She has had it. So, you know, that's her expectation. But she is one of those girls who is like, I'm not going to the majority of that stuff on that list. And she's accomplished. She's very accomplished and a very beautiful girl. So, but she's like, it's the standard. It's the standard of it. And she said, if you decide that you want Starbucks or you want this on the first date, chances are he's going to think that way of you the whole entire time. So, with that, now, my whole thing is the fact that they literally went back and forth about this, and they're clearly still going back and forth about this, which this whole lady strike back, man strikes back, and we, like I said, don't even know who's making these freaking lists. The good thing is we do have some sensible people in this world. The list of people who don't give a where y'all think your first date should be or should go. Adults, potential wives, men who prioritize saving over spending, and I agree with that. Responsible adults, down to earth women, people with a personality, smart adults, someone with critical thinking skills, women looking for a husband long term and not a simp for a nice meal. And 10, everyone else. So, with that being said, I am going to actually give the link out because I want us to have an honest dialogue about this. Because again, I think also it does depend on what you want out of the situation. You know, now my friend, she is looking for a husband, but she wants that high caliber husband. That's what she wants. So in her mind, she's not going to get that in her mind, taking, you know, not having a guy take her to the Wingstop, she feels is not going to get her where she wants as far as her husband is concerned. But with that being said, and she probably listening in, she just not going to sit up there in the chat, hey girl, hey. But with that being said, I have posted the link and you guys chime in on this because I want your honest thoughts. Like, do you feel that it affects what happens in the future with that guy or that girl. What you expect on the first date does that mean that that is what you're going to expect forever, or what he thinks or she thinks you're going to, accept? So the link is below. I mean, social media in general. Okay, you guys, y'all was chatting in here. Let me see. Let me scroll up. Okay, so I would rather keep the first date simple. Okay, okay. All right, and we read after spent most of the check trying to wind it down today. Chances are we might not see each other again, so that would have been a waste. Now, Joseph, do you wine and dine because you think you're about to get something in return that night, or are you whining and dining to impress? What are you whining and dining for? That actually, I would love to hear that perspective. I agree, Nini. I had a guy say, "Let's go hiking on first date." It let me know he was paying attention to my. Okay. All right. Yes. Now that's good, because like you said, it shows that he definitely was paying attention to your posts and how the things that you're interested in. That is, in my opinion, a good start, because maybe everybody doesn't want to go out to eat. You know what I mean? Like, I think Yuli, you said you like bowling. If you like bowling, why not let that be a first date? What's wrong with bowling? You know what I mean? Like, there shouldn't be anything wrong with bowling. Let me see here. All right, y'all. Do y'all see the link? Let me see, because I don't see you guys. Where y'all at? Because y'all said y'all had a lot to say. Come on now. And playing pool. Oh, you a pool player, Yuli. All right now. You a pool player. I have never played a game of pool in my life, straight up. I've played, but it's just simple. Let me hit the ball and go. I'm not trying to play the whole game. Do you guys see the link? Let me see. You see it? You see it? You see it? I think you guys see it, right? Let me post it again. But yeah, so I just feel like at the end of the day, whatever you're comfortable with. Now, here's the thing though. Don't go on a date, in my opinion. Don't go on a date and you're willing to lower your standards just to say that you're going on a date. If you don't feel comfortable going where he's taking you, then yeah, that's a problem. But it just sounds like to me that some of these people have enjoyed this type of food for their whole entire lives, these restaurants for their whole entire lives. But now all of a sudden, when someone wants to take them on a date there, they act like they're too good for the food. That's the vibes I was getting in the situation. Hey, Yuli.
Hey y'all. Hey Chris.
Hey,
Yo,
hey, hey. So
that
what
list was hilarious. Yeah, I'm sorry.
you go ahead.
That was hilarious because I'm like reading through this and I'm just thinking, so what else is there to do besides
Right,
going to go sleep with each other? Like,
right,
where are we going here? This sounds more like a one night stand type of list. Like you even skipping Netflix and chill here.
right,
You know,
right.
so I was wondering about them. Like, okay, so they've taken off basically every single physical activity that you can do outside the bedroom.
I mean, it seems like that to me. Like, I mean, they even said, like I said, sporting events. I got friends who love female friends who love sports. Now, of course, naturally, I don't know how much you can really talk to someone at a sporting event. Well, probably baseball. Baseball is so freaking boring. Sorry, y'all. I don't like baseball. Maybe you can talk there. But I mean, maybe he's trying to impress you because he understands that you love certain sports. Like, I didn't understand it. I did not understand it. But go ahead.
I was really baffled by it. And then looking at this list from the men, do
Yeah, let me
y'all
go
know
through
that
it.
half the women that y'all saying y'all can't date are literally the women that y'all mama told y'all need to date?
Or the
Right?
women that they still date, but they trying to
Right? Or
front like
the
they
side
don't.
chick down the block that's like literally it's the same women y'all are attracted to.
Right. Right. Because then when I saw Instagram models, I said, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, I know IG models is not on there. I know that because I'm like, there is no way. And then women with large social media followings, I can almost guarantee you these IG models and these girls with a lot of followings, if you look at their DMs, some of these men who's probably agreeing with this list is up in their DMs.
You best believe they are. You best believe they are. Like, come on. OnlyFans alone is supported by like 95% is male.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
And then y'all putting it on here, OnlyFans female. Are you kidding me?
Right. Right. That's why I was like, this is petty, but I wanted to give a different perspective because, like I said, one of my friends, very accomplished, and she's like, I'll be damn, I'm not going to no Applebee's. Like, are you crazy? I'm not doing it. She loves her Michelin star type of restaurants. You better take her there, or you better take on a helicopter ride. You better pull out all stops. You better put it out there. You know what I
But then
mean?
But then that's the thing. I bet you your friend is looking for the type of man that holds that bracket income. You get what I'm saying?
True.
That
He
can
does.
do that without thinking, oh, I'm spending $1,000,001 just for her. You get what I'm saying? Like she has, I bet you 2 to 1, she has that intention of looking for a man that can do better. In other words,
Right.
you get
And
what I'm
here's
saying?
the thing, there's nothing wrong with that,
Exactly.
but I feel like social media has made people's expectations very unrealistic. I think that's so like literally I have always now my thing is this. I think the whole Disney cartoon character Prince Charming thing,
Yes.
I think we truly took that where it's like you take a rags to riches type of story, a girl who literally, you know what I'm saying, is poor or in poverty, and then this Prince Charming comes along, sweeps her off of her feet. She's wealthy now, living in a castle. I think
Mhm.
that is the problem that we have. We have that. And my thing is for some women, that does work. But at the same time, be realistic. Like if you're not bringing certain things to the table, why do you feel that person should bring something to the table? And that's also for both sides, men and women. Go ahead, Yuli and Nini. Definitely chime in on this also.
Nah, but it's completely honestly, you're very right on that. The Disney theme has literally made us believe that we need another person to make it happen, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you now have a lot more interactions with the fact that, hey, now you're seeing mom doing it out there on her own, and you're seeing grandma had done it out there on her own. So now it's kind of the concept of, shoot, I need to either do better or or I'm gonna have to do it out here on my own.
Right, right. And somebody said, "Oh, it's my yeah." She is. She is. She's always. I will say this though. She's always been able to get the top of the top. She's always been able to get the lawyers, the doctors. You know what I mean? Like she's always been able to get them. You know what I mean? But she, at the same time, like she's model esque looking. You know what I mean? Like she is,
Mhm.
fit to the T. Like she definitely, So
She
hey
is their
Shayla,
attraction.
hey Mimi, yeah. So she is, I guess, to a certain extent in that situation, she is arm candy for those guys. And I think maybe because she knows she is arm candy for those guys, she's like, you gotta give me what I'm saying that arm candy deserves. I guess that's the mentality, and I guess to a certain extent, I can't fault a woman for having certain standards. Now, some of them can be unrealistic, but at the same time, I can't fault them if that's what they want and they're able to get what they want.
Yep.
If they're able to get what they want. The problem is, are you really able to get what you want? And if you're not able to get what you want from all of those standards, and again, it's just being realistic. I'm not saying not having standards, but just be realistic with your standards. When I
There.
saw the Cheesecake Factory skit, I was like, what the hell is wrong with the Cheesecake Factory?
I was
I
like,
was like,
I will kill right now for a strawberry cheesecake.
I was like, what in the hell is wrong? Shayla, what in the hell? What is this picture? Halloween is over, baby. It's over. But hey, girl, hey. But
So I
yeah, so I
gotta,
was just like, what is wrong with the Cheesecake Factory? But Nene, you there?
yeah, I like the Cheesecake Factory, so whatever. I'll
For
go.
real.
I
It's
just
Herbie.
like the list was just like superficial. I feel like that list was like if you're looking for nice dates. I don't think that it was like looking for a potential like actual partner because it was so superficial. Like
Right.
I understand standards in a relationship, and I don't think that a first date is the determining factor of what's going to happen or what's to come. Because personally, we may have connected over the phone or chit chatting, and that first date be is really the vibe filler. Like I
Exactly.
don't want all the pressure of you taking me somewhere really nice, and I got to spend money to look extremely nice. I'd rather keep it casual, so that if I don't really like you, I didn't waste a whole bunch of money trying to get all spruced up or give you any false expectations because you done took me somewhere really nice that I'm gonna be impressed. I don't know. If you're I think your intention for dating kind of sets what you're looking for. If I just want to date, yeah, take me somewhere expensive because I don't want to pay for it. But if I'm looking for a partner, I want something of substance. To me, it's more about substance than anything. A guy can spend $1,000 on a dinner date for you, but what like is there any connection? Is there any potential with him? But I think that's all about you know. I think a lot of this list was based off what I could put on Instagram. If you're like a bit like this will look
Yep.
good on Instagram to floss that I did this. People like, and most of the people that were going in on this list were Fashion Nova and Sheen, but you can't go to the Cheesecake Factory. Make it make
Ooh,
sense.
you better preach. You better preach. That's why I was just like, and then also again, do we even know who made these lists? We don't know who actually made them. It's literally, and again, it could be some of these people like this. Apparently, this website here or the app that you see in this picture, they are a manosphere pro man IG page. So of course, they went from doing this with the girl in the middle with her pretty much her booty cheeks out, and you know what I'm saying, like all of that, literally going from that because this is the same website, and then showing Michael B. Jordan. So this is what I was saying, like, what was the purpose? Like, I just
But
feel
I
like,
also think, do
go ahead.
you think that the conversation would have been different if the first video was from the preference type of looking female? If she
Let's
was
talk
doing
about
that,
it.
would there have been a backlash? Because there's a lot of
Let's
people
talk
who
about
feel
it.
like if you're a brown skinned black woman, you shouldn't really have standards or preferences. So let's be honest, was the backlash really that the standards, because I thought it was crazy, but would have been the same if it was the quote unquote preference type
Preference.
female.
That is a valid point. That is a valid point because if she was the preference, would it be all of this? Would it be all of this? Because honestly, and if you notice, they purposely had a guy, in my opinion, who was not black. I felt like they did that on purpose because if you notice, there has been a lot more talk of black women going out of their desired black men. They are expanding what
Thank
they
you.
feel
That's
as
exactly
far as
what that was.
love is concerned. So then all of a sudden you see this video of this girl who is treating this guy who is taking her out like crap. It's that narrative of, see, whether it's black man or another man, this is how you act. Like, that's why I was just like, this is some over the top nonsense and it's creating a lot of drama. Let me bring up Aspen too. Go ahead, Nene.
I got that too because it has been more and more. If you go where you love, not where you tolerate it, a lot of women are stepping out because we are way behind the men when it comes to dating outside of you know our.
Uh-oh, Nene,
I,
you
I
going
feel like
out.
it was way more to that.
Yeah, it was way
Um,
more. It was way more. It was definitely deeper, but I wanted to get different perspectives because I had a full conversation with my friend. I was like, well, you know what? Look, my whole thing is, do you? whatever your goals are, do you. Now she's looking for a husband, so, and she's getting that top-notch situation when it comes to men. By all means, do you. But I just feel like most of the people who are creating this list, like I said, they can't even get a guy or a woman to buy them a donut. So, like,
But
seriously.
I think sticking to a list or saying like the first date, if you don't take me here, then I can't deal with you, is also limiting yourself, because he could be a doctor, he could be a lawyer, and he may not be materialistic. He may want a woman that he can actually, that's interested in him. So the first day he may not spend that much money. That does not mean he can't spend that money, but maybe he doesn't feel like he want to spend that money on the first date. So that just knocks him out.
Yeah.
You
Maybe
might be
he's
missing
saving for a
out on your
home.
husband.
Maybe
Right.
he's saving for a home.
Or maybe
home
he does it
ownership.
big
Go ahead.
for maybe he's big into vacations and he does stuff on special occasions. Some people are like that. I'm
Right.
not spending money right out the gate, but he may be that guy that, oh, it's your birthday, it's the anniversary, it's this, that, and the third, and he gonna do it big for you. So I think just being like the first date is all or nothing is limiting yourself. Even if you are a woman that can do that kind of stuff for yourself, whatever, if he's a guy with a certain level, he got money. Women like that come a dime a dozen to him too. So you got to be realistic with the playing field out here. It's hard out here. Like you have to. I mean, I'm all for standards, and you know, because I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. Because we was just talking about a few weeks ago how Black women shouldn't settle, and we shouldn't just give what a dude can pay the light bill. But I think the whole dating thing, I think that's a little bit too much. We're taking it a little too far. You take me to the Cheesecake Factory. I like the Cheesecake Factory. Give me a little appetizer, a little drink. You know, you really want to impress me, take me to the dispensary, honey. I would be in love. That's a good
You got me right there, Nene. You know that's what we do.
Oh my gosh. But here's the thing though. Another thing that people need to take into consideration. When you're dealing with that type of man who is career driven and is a professional like that, his time can also be limited too. So sometimes the coffee date and things like that is really all he can fit in his schedule. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you're dealing with doctors and attorneys and stuff like that. Sometimes that first date, that's where you guys got to go, because that is the time frame that he has before he has to go back to ER or go back to court or whatever the case may be. So it's like, again, like you said, it is limiting yourself. But again, at the same time, I guess it just really depends on your expectations. My thing is, if your expectations, that's your standard, fine. But if you can't still get a guy within those standards, or you still can't get a girl within those standards, maybe you need to reevaluate your standards. Just saying. Ask, hey, you there?
Hey guys, I had it on mute. I just think it all depends on what are you hoping to accomplish with the first date. Like if you just meet somebody out and you guys exchange numbers, maybe have one conversation, or something like that. For me, dinner necessarily or going out to eat isn't the best first date, because there's a lot of pressure if you don't really know that person, and it's like the pressure is on to constantly keep the conversation flowing and things like that. So if we do something else, like I used in my example before, go hiking or something like that, it takes some of the pressure off to not have to, answer, like to already have set in your mind a set dialogue and things like that. That's just my opinion.
Yes, that's very true. And again, like for example, when I go out on dates, that's not just a random blind date. Now, personally, for me, I'm kind of nervous about blind dates at this point, or just random guys that I'm just meeting like somewhere and then we're going out on a date immediately. I'm just kind of paranoid about that stuff now. But for me, typically when I go out on dates, I have spoken to this guy multiple times. We have had dialogue. It's not just that one time where it's like, oh, okay, what are you doing right now? Okay, let's grab some coffee. Typically, we have definitely talked. We know each other's background to a certain extent. So when I do go on that date, it is a vibe. Now, I guess, again, like you said, it depends on what people want, but I don't know. Like, I feel like whether it's you trying to catch a vibe or it's a first date, what the hell is wrong with anything on that list? I guess that's my thing. It's like, regardless on what the situation is, What is wrong with that? If you are okay with it, I just feel like it's causing people to have higher expectations than what's really on their level. And that's just what it is. People got to be realistic on what is on their level. Like, I remember growing up, I remember having this whole dream set. I want a man with a 6-pack. I want a Morris Chestnut. I want this and I want that. And yeah, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I have had attractive men, but I'm like, girl, like you a size, you know what I'm saying, 18. And granted, don't necessarily mean, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't get a guy like that. But at the same time, what's wrong with a guy who's just as big as you? Like, I had to be realistic about that. Like, what's wrong with a big guy just like you? You know what I mean? Like, and so literally I had to make sure that I'm not limiting myself and saying, okay, a big guy could love you just as much. He can be cute. He got a belly just like your ass, and he can still love you. Like, so what's wrong with that? So I think that social media has literally planted this seed of, you about to be messed up in life if you go by these stupid lists. Like, you're about to screw yourself over if you go by this. Because if you do, you're going to be highly disappointed. Like I said, the people who are making these lists, I would really like to know what their status is in life. I would. You know what I mean? I would definitely love to know their status. But go ahead, you guys. I'm rambling on. Panel, go ahead.
You go by this list, you better pray to Jesus so that you can become a nun. That's all I can say.
For real.
Child.
This is insane. It really is insane. Oh, yes. Thank you, Tiffany. Hit the like button on the way in. And for people who are going to be listening in afterwards, replay gang, please hit the like button and subscribe. But yeah, so what do you think? Okay, so for example, let's take it there. You think about people who are kind of like my friend. She's like, model vibes, the whole model look. Do you think women like that can have higher expectations, like Nene was saying? Let's just say if it was the preference and the preference put out that list, would it be a big deal, you think? As much as what they're doing now, do you think it would be a big deal that a preference sits up there and says, because there was a girl on TikTok and a couple other places, there were girls who were saying they wouldn't do a coffee date. There were girls saying they wouldn't do this and that, but they were more on the melanated side. So my question is, do you guys think the preference, the full-fledged preference, if they said this stuff publicly, would it be the same issue?
I would be honest. I honestly say this. No.
So it would not be the same issue. You think
You want to know? You want to know why? And this is in my opinion. I'm just allegedly saying this. So this is why. Because we've given power to the physical being instead of what the person is inside. We've given power to the outer being to the point that we've given it so much power that the men themselves fumbled. I'm not gonna say they killed themselves, but they fumbled over each other over the outer exterior, which is why we nowadays have a lot of other people, with the situation of, I've been traumatized, I don't know what to deal with when we find a good man, situations like that, because we've been fumbled so much by the outer appearance that when they when they fudged us over, it leaves that impression that, unfortunately, that is where the power lies, and where most men have been giving that power to, is that, let's be honest, a man would rather pay what, $200-$300 for a female that he perceives as perfect to have her nails done than pay $250 to have his kids fed. Let's just leave it there.
Ooh. Well, all right. You done said a word there. Now, and we all know it's a double standard too. Like, we know it's a double standard. You had people like Biggie, God rest his soul, who was able to get women that he know dang on well when he was broke in Brooklyn, he wasn't able to get. Okay. And no one batted it. Like, no one sat up there and even was looking at him like, how dare you, when look at yourself, or whatever the case may be. It was almost like it was expected because of where he was in life. Versus women, if they're just as successful, especially women who look a certain way, it almost still feels like they feel like you still shouldn't have certain expectations. Do you guys feel that way? Because I feel like that's the reason why I guess it's a lot of, I guess it's a gray area in a lot of these ways. And that's one thing my friend said. Why is it that men who look like garbage, like let's be real, Big was a great rapper, but Big was not cute. He had a cock eye and everything. He was like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So literally, but when he had these beautiful women from Faith to Little Kim and everything else, everybody was like, yeah, he that guy. But if it's a woman who, you know what I'm saying, looks like Big or whatever the case may be, or doesn't even look like Big, if she's just as successful, they got a mentality where she needs to take what she can get. So, you know what I mean? Like, I guess that's why, like my friend said, like, why is it that men can do all of this? She's like, I'm successful. I have myself together. Why can't I want, you know what I'm saying, the same thing? Why can't I expect a man to a certain extent to have the same thing? But I'll tell you this, I can honestly say why is because unfortunately, I just don't think we have enough in the dating pool as far as men that look like us who are successful like us. That's why they say more women are more successful than men in our community. So that's the problem. That's why places like Atlanta, you have like 30 women to one man. But go ahead, you guys.
And I was just gonna say, I think it has a lot to do with the dating pool is still tilted like the rest of the world in men's favor. So they just still have that advantage.
Yeah, it's a patriarchal society. So yeah, I mean, they're always gonna have that advantage. But I guess I guess to a certain extent, it's nothing wrong with having so pretty much there's nothing wrong with having preferences, there's nothing wrong with having standards. I guess we all agree that it's the way that people go about it. Right? Do we all agree on that? Like what she did with that stupid video, which of course was acting for her to get attention, but these lists and what people are doing, it is not for public knowledge on what your standards are. You making videos about what you want and this and this and that and what you can't find. Again, is it the public's business, or is it more so about you, what you writing down, what you want, and the expectations that you have with that individual? I'm thinking is more so the fact that why do you have to create these lists? Why do you have to create these videos? Why can't you, if you got a preference, fine. That's just like when we say with men, especially men who look like us. You have a preference, fine. Why you got to sit up there and diss us in the process on social media, talking about your preference? Why do you have to do this? Like, if that's the case, that's your preference. No one told you that you have to make it public. Do what you do, but you ain't got to make it public, nor do you have to sit up there and diss someone in the process. I think that's the main issue, but you guys chime in and let me know what you think.
That is the main issue, because at the end of the day, why did we have to go to the point of all these options? And all liable options, dude. I still can't believe you put bowling in that list.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying though, these are all things that you would even do yourself by yourself, because these are things you go out to eat all the time. I don't know about y'all, but I enjoy going out to eat every other week or so.
For real.
It's my thing. You know, unfortunately, it's expensive, but it's my thing. But it's like I'm saying, like these are all things that even if you don't have a partner, these are things you would do just to get out of the house.
Right.
So why limit it because you have somebody next to you that might or might not? Because you don't even know if he might pick up the bill. He might be you know, I don't know.
Right.
But you know that you don't even know. You're putting yourself in this position, and then you're minimizing the amount of activity and the amount of complex and the amount of cognitive connection that you might have with somebody due to a price. I'm sorry to say it, this is gonna be sounding very, messed up because I'm a female, but to me it sounded like this might be people that have been putting a little bit too much work into their body physically, plastically, than more, let's read a book type of situation.
Yeah, like Tiff just said, in today's world now, vanity standards have become the new normal. We have Freddie. Freddie, are you there?
Yeah, is this an all women thing or can I join?
No, we definitely want to hear a man's perspective.
Welcome, Freddie.
Hey, what's up, ladies?
How you doing?
Good. It's Friday. Can't
You're
complain.
new to the channel, right?
Huh?
You're new to the channel, or you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
well,
No, I just came
welcome.
across it. Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome. I would love to hear your perspective on this. I don't know how long you've been listening, but go ahead.
For about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, well, go ahead. What's your opinion on all of this hoopla that's going on?
Shoot, like I made it all depends on like your age group. So when you're young, I mean, I don't think you're thinking like this. Sounds like somebody ready to settle down. Because I was listening to the women, like caught me off guard, and then this is like going around social media like wildfire. And when I was actually watched the tape, I mean, she's just an egomaniac. She's like, you don't do this to somebody that looks this good. And to be honest, she was like a 7. I'm just being 100.
Yeah. Well,
She,
it was a skit, Freddie, not to interrupt.
oh,
It was-
okay.
so this is in the beginning, I was saying, and there's like proof out there now that she was saying it was a skit and that it was actually like, she's an actress actually. So yeah, there's proof out there. If you look it up on YouTube, there's this one lady named Chrissy. She actually has proof. Like they actually took two or three takes of this. So yeah, she actually did this on purpose. That's why I said it's a viral moment, but it's caused so much division. But go ahead.
No, because I've seen this. There's like been other situations where like a lady was like, "You're gonna pay for my kids' food." I mean,
Oh,
we're seeing this
yeah.
more and more,
Right.
and it's
Yeah.
like this sense of entitlement. And I think there are women there are men and women. I mean, like there's a manosphere on the internet now. You have all these egomaniacs just really it's just kind of disgusting. I mean, on both ends, because there are people that are acting like this.
So expectation, for example, you said expectations or entitlement. So you have, for example, women who feel entitled that one, you're either going to pay for my kids, or two, you're not going to take me to the Cheesecake Factory. You're going to take me somewhere nice. Now, let me
Right.
ask you this. What
Uh-huh.
about men who feel entitled that if he's taking a woman out, she has to be a 10 or she has to look good? Do you feel that that's the same type of egomaniac type of situation if a man is expecting those type of things from a woman? Like,
Yeah, can I be explicit? Can I speak explicitly?
whoa, not with a lot of curse words, because then I don't want this to get flagged.
Okay, no. I mean, I'm just saying, but it's not even a curse word.
Okay.
Look. That I don't think that's the opposite of a man's attitude. I think the opposite of a man's attitude, which is kind of the counter to this woman's, is men who just want the pussy. I just want to fuck. Like,
Okay, you that's explicit. That's
Okay.
we on the live. On the live. You
Okay,
can't
but
say pee or fudge.
it just I'll just say it that one time because it gets the point across.
Okay.
Because there's that type of male attitude that I just want to hit it, hit it and quit it. So to me, that's the opposite, right? Because it's both. The woman knows what the man wants, and she's kind of using that against him.
So in other words, you feel that it's okay for them to have the standard of what she looks like if their expectation is to hit it and quit it?
No, I'm saying just with any man, he just going out with his boys, going to the club, going to the the event, and he just wants to pick up a woman and smash.
So what about a guy, let's just say in his 30s or 40s? Do you feel as a man, your first date that you take out a woman that you actually really like is all about where you're taking her? Like, do you feel like that's how men think? Like, if I really like this girl, whether it's on, more of the hit it or even more of I feel her vibe and who she is internally, is it a big deal to you guys on where you take her on the first date? Are you guys really big on that, like making a big impression on that first date?
I think for insecure men, it is. If you're not secure in your game, then you have to substitute your lack of game with the flowers and candy and basically the whole pony show.
Okay, so you feel like insecure man got to go and pull out all the stops like that.
Well, amongst men, that's what we talk about, right? Like, how men locker room talk. Oh, you took her there, man. Oh, you're a simp. Like we're gonna bash the homie.
Really? Okay, so bash.
Can I
Okay,
ask a question?
yeah, go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
So since when is chivalry an extra step? That caught me off guard there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go
But
ahead, Freddie.
I prefaced it with it's a substitute for lack of game. That essentially, if a man has his shit together, his game, then he doesn't need to sell the pony show. He sells himself, right? Like he should just be able to use his mouthpiece to get what he wants.
Okay, but what if he actually likes her and sees her like is trying to court her and actually make her a potential wife? That's all he needs is his mouthpiece.
It should be. It should be enough. You know, it's the whole what is it? The like coming to America. You know, you don't want to show your hand. See if she sorry. See if she really likes you for you.
Okay, so in other words, you feel like you purposely would actually take her somewhere that's not, extravagant, so to speak, just to see what she's really there for.
Exactly.
Okay.
But wouldn't
I
the
said that
concept of
too.
communication then come in? Because that's where I'm coming into then. Wouldn't the concept of communication come in? Because if you guys are actually speaking in regards to dating, I would have thought by then you would have actually, spoken of how your first date would be approached. In other words,
My personal first date, I don't go on dates.
now we get it somewhere. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going into a whole nother
You don't
level.
go on
Freddie or
dates?
Netflix.
Okay, Freddie. You're
No.
gonna have to explain this. What do you mean you don't go on dates?
Netflix and chill.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh
Freddie.
no.
No, Freddie.
no,
Freddie,
but that's what I no, but that's why I told you that's why there's a lot of these women are taking this approach because you have men like me that won't do it.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, okay.
And so
See,
I'm
now
assuming
I
you don't
got
have
it.
a
That's what I was like,
girlfriend.
hold up.
Hold on, Yuli. I'm assuming you don't have a girlfriend.
No,
When was the last time you had a girlfriend?
He got Netflix and chill friends.
maybe a few years.
A
It's
few
been a
years
while.
ago.
Yes.
And so, what happened, if you don't mind me asking?
Nothing.
In a minute.
Nothing. I'm just a confirmed bachelor.
You're a who? Okay. Well, then see, this would not be. We're talking about dating and courting. You don't even sound like the dating or courting type.
No, but see, I know I mean I have friends and family, and I talk to other men about these subjects, and they want to do the whole dating and the whole dating thing. Like I look, I know a lot of good guys that have got played by these type of women and these type of the lady about the not going to cheesecake.
And what you said, okay, so you talked to gentlemen about this, and what was it? It was just pretty much probably a dish show about her, right?
No, I'm saying personally, not on YouTube or anything. Just like talking to friends about this type of situation, these type of women. These are the type of women you want to avoid.
Okay, but at the same time, what should women avoid when it comes to y'all? How about that?
Oh, perfect.
You should avoid a man that just see, that's the trick, is like you don't know if he just wants to hit it. Like if that's all his intentions are. You don't know, right? So that's why you make him take you to the dinner, because you feel like, oh, if he takes me to dinner, then he really wants me. Look, if you really a man will tell you, like, give you a lot of information about himself if it's serious. Because that's one thing I won't do. I won't tell her where I live. I won't tell her really what I do.
I can't hear you guys.
Like I'm just talking about her, right? Like that's how you do it.
Okay.
I'm giving you guys a lot of secrets here.
Go. Continue to talk. Continue to talk, because see, it almost sounds like, Freddie, you are the example of what we should avoid.
Yes.
Okay, well then run your game, but just don't say the P word or the F word again. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
ahead.
you're saying you're 35 years old. You are a confirmed bachelor.
Yes.
You don't plan on ever settling down. That's what you're pretty much saying, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, with that being said, do you feel there are good women out there?
Oh yeah, I mean, I meet good women all the time. I mean, there's plenty of good women, and I even some of these women, I think they just had situations. I think everybody starts out like with a clean slate, and then over the years we accumulate baggage. So
Like, well, all of us. I think that's all of us. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I will say women bounce back better than men. Men, when they get their heart broken once, it's almost like it's a forever
yeah,
situation with
it's
you guys.
F hoes.
Okay. So if that's the case, Freddie, is that what happened to you, and that's why you're acting this way?
No, 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 no. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
guess I just like women.
Okay, so in other words, you like to sit up there and you just like to have your variety. In other words,
Yeah, yeah.
that
It's
doesn't
really
get
a
you don't feel like you're, but you're 35. You don't feel like that's gonna get lonely at some point.
nah. I'm not. I'm never lonely.
But I'm gonna just interject. Me and
Okay.
like Freddie come in handy because when I was in my phase where I didn't want a relationship, them were the dudes. At least he's honest about his. That's a fun dude.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you need that in between. That dude just to kick it with, have fun with, until you meet the one you're supposed to be with. I support the Freddies of the world because I had a few and they were fun. And it was like it is what it is. And when it was time to let them go, it was time to let them go because I knew from the beginning that that was not where I was going. But if I wanted to have fun, if I wanted to chill, that was the dude you call. You need guys like that.
Thank
Now,
you.
are you
Yeah,
that
everybody
upfront
got their
though?
side piece. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but Freddie, are you that upfront though?
Um, no, I'm not that. Not that
See,
upfront. No,
see.
no, no. Okay, let
But
me
no, I
be.
appreciate your honesty though. Go ahead.
So I'm not gonna tell lies. Like I won't ever tell a woman I love her just to sleep with her. Like that's a rule. And I tell other guys like you shouldn't do that. You know, lead them on. So I don't make any false commitments or anything. So you know that what it's really about is like really communication. Like you can't call every day. You see each other once a week, maybe 2 times a month. Real casual. You just have to be casual.
Okay. But there's something there, Freddie. Like there's something there as far as you been in a relationship. Now you're saying nothing really happened, and you're just a
What the
confirmed
fuck?
bachelor. Uh,
Why keep going
Yeah,
down?
yeah, yeah.
brother, don't now no f bombs. I hear you. I gotta remove you.
I didn't say anything,
I know
cousin.
you didn't. I know you didn't. But go
Just
ahead,
that one
Freddie.
time. So but really just honing back to this lady, I found it, I mean, okay. So like someone would call me a dog or they may say that I'm a player, and which I don't think, because we're adults. I think that player stage is like for younger people where they're really just trying to bang their brains out, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you're older, like I don't know if you ladies are older, when you're older like me, you don't really play those type of games. Like I'm not trying to be a crash dummy and get shot by somebody's husband, you know? Like maybe in my 20s, maybe I would crash out, but not now. Like I'm still smart. Like I'm not just banging 10 women and then gonna catch something, you know? So it's like be responsible.
Okay, let me ask you this, Freddie. Do you have
Uh-huh.
children?
Yeah.
You do. How many kids do you have?
I just have one
You have
son.
one.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And so, do you mind me asking if it's a boy or a girl?
It's a son, a boy.
Okay, a boy. Okay. Because I
Uh-huh.
was gonna say, like, what do you feel based off of what you're saying? Is this what you would teach your son? Like, because you said there's
Uh
good women out there. So,
yeah. Absolutely not. Like if I have it my way, I hope he's a nerd. I hope he uh
Ain't nothing wrong with a good nerd.
huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with a good nerd.
exactly.
I hope I
Dude,
don't.
I enjoy
I'm
me a
gonna
good
tell
nerd.
him. I already told his mom no girlfriends. Like I'm gonna raise him to have no girlfriends, just friends. And I was taught this as a kid. My grandmother who raised me said, you're only gonna have friends. Like she told me about women before women, right? Like I learned this young. Like to know a woman. And this is gonna sound awful, right? To know a woman is not to love a woman is to know them. You know, if that makes sense.
To know a
Yo,
woman is to wait. Repeat that, please. Go ahead.
To know to love a woman is to know them,
To
right?
love a woman is to know them.
Yes, but never love them because you know them.
Oh, oh. Y'all, what y'all feel about that one? What do y'all feel about that one? I don't know. I
Bitch,
don't.
I'm speechless right now because what he just said is literally my user ID for my Facebook is to know me is to love me.
Wow.
I'm bugging
But
out
he
right
just
now. Like,
said
y'all
to
don't
know him is
understand.
to love him, but don't love him though.
Yeah, my grandmother taught me that. Like she taught me about women,
Ooh.
to be careful. She's very shrewd. Like she didn't like any of her son's wives, right?
Hmm. Oh wow. Okay. Well, maybe there was something more internal. She sounded like one of these love at the lockup mamas that don't want that don't want
Yeah.
their yeah. So I don't know if necessarily her wisdom was the most accurate wisdom because
No, I mean, yeah, she had a lot of issues, but about my son, like you asked, is I don't want him to. He can date, but I don't want him to be in a serious relationship until he's probably like 30, and then I'll tell him when he hits 35, then he should probably think about settling down.
well, you're
But
35.
yeah, but don't do as I say, not as I do.
Oh yeah, nah. See, that's one thing I will say. I was one of them kids where do as I say, not as I do did not work for me. You gotta show
Yeah.
me the example because you're not gonna tell me to do something, but I'm seeing you do the complete opposite. I'm gonna follow your action more so than anything else. And that's one thing that I will say. I mean, I understand that's what you're saying that, but like that typically, especially this day and age with these kids, that ain't gonna work because it didn't work for me. And I was
Well,
before social media.
I guess more because I feel like not that I wasted time, but I think like I could have excelled more in school had I not chased women. Like that was a real big thing with me. Like I just chased women. Like that was a lot of years that I spent, right? Like yeah, I
Mhm.
pursued career goals and stuff, but like it was all to chase women.
Well, you sound like you still kind of chasing them. It may be slowed down, but you still kind of own that mindset. So
Yeah, it's just hard to break. You'd be surprised, It's like it's kind of like an old athlete, right? Like you just want to go out there and hit the ball. Do I still got it?
I mean, look, this is a safe space here. Like I said, as long as no bombs and explicit curse words and stuff is out there, this is
Hmm.
a safe space. We wanted to hear a male's perspective. So I guess my thing to you is what advice do you give to women? Because it's I'm kind of curious on what advice you would give to women as far as the dating world is concerned.
I think okay. So to why I even joined is I think it's just what this woman does or with the message about no cheesecake. It just sends the wrong message. You look like a gold digger. You look like a terrible person. That's what I think, and that's what I see when I see or hear a woman behave like that. Like you look like a horrible person. It's just not what we think of
So
as a.
how do you think a woman should act though? That's what I guess I'm trying.
I can't say. All I could think of is if I had a daughter. I'm glad I have a son because I'm
I'm
glad
sure
I.
you are. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are definitely one of those guys who feel like, oh man, I'm glad I have a son. Because if you had a girl, you probably feel like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Because you honestly have been that guy. It sounds like that fathers that have girls have been trying to tell them to avoid guys like Freddie.
Yeah. No, but I'm not a bad person. I'm definitely not a bad person. I don't go around breaking hearts or leaving kids with no dad. I will own and step up to my responsibilities. That's one thing that I would definitely teach my son. Um, I want him to have fun. Is that wrong? Like, see, and that's why I don't blame women that take this approach because there's a lot of us that just want to have fun. So it's like that's why I said it's the same side. It's the side of the same coin, right? You have two opposing like polar opposites, and they're just mirroring each other.
I think you can have fun if you're upfront and honest, but I believe you said earlier you're not that upfront and honest.
Gee, I'm not gonna go up and say, "Hey, I just want to hit it and have a good time." Like that's never gonna get you anywhere, right? Most women are gonna be like, "Ew, no."
So
Like
what
I'm not a
But
whore.
why not?
yeah, like because at the end of the day, especially in this society, you do have women who are the same way. Like I just want to have fun, and when I call you, when I don't, I don't.
I think it's just disrespectful, isn't it? Like I find it really disrespectful.
No,
Here's the thing.
no, it's
Yeah.
really not.
Here's the thing about that. I think being upfront is key here in any situation, because there's always going to be a woman out there who's going to be down with whatever rules you put out there. If you pretty much say this is what it is and this is what it's going to be, that's fine. But the fact that you may be possibly leading them on thinking that potentially you are interested in them outside of just hitting it, you know what I mean? Like, that's where the issue comes into play.
Yeah. Because at that point,
Um,
you're making the decision for them, and that's not
Exactly.
something no woman wants to have done.
well, no, I think I just stay away from using the like relationship type of words. Like I don't know. To me, I feel like I built a system that kind of pushes through that. Because some will tell me, hey, you know what, I'm looking for more. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe this won't work out then. Right? So you don't have to like, because to me it seems like
Hold
it's
on, Freddie.
uh
Chief, can you hear us?
yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes. Now don't drop no F-bombs. I done had 2 F-bombs on this live already.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was
It's
trying to get
okay.
myself together.
But go ahead, finish your sentence, Freddie, and then I'm gonna have Teef speak. Freddie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You go ahead and finish your sentence, and then Teef is gonna speak.
Okay. So what was I? Oh yeah, about how I approach the situation. So yeah, I just said, like I said, I don't then do the whole like it's most people will say, what are you looking for? I'll be like, what are you looking for? And it's like, okay, well, we're not on the same we're not at the same path. And then you don't go forward.
Oh, okay. I don't think you're that honest. Something tells me just even based off of your voice,
Yeah.
you're not that honest.
I
But
smell a deflector.
yeah, a little bit. Like, I think you be sitting up there saying all the right things, and then when you start seeing that they getting feelings, you get scared. And then
Mhm.
all of a sudden it's like, oh no, I don't want that. But go ahead, Teef. Go ahead and speak.
Okay, I'm gonna pause for a little bit and listen.
Okay. You there? Teef, you there?
Hold on, I got myself muted. Y'all hear me?
Okay, well, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to connect my headphones. That's all, because I went from my phone to my laptop.
Okay, go ahead. Speak your mind, brother.
Man, let me tell y'all, because this topic really got me really upset. A majority of these people that even having this discussion don't even need to date. Like half of the world's not even equipped right now to be in no dating type situation. So for y'all to have all these damn standards and half of y'all can't even bring nothing to the table, really, it's the entitlement and the audacity to me. And I really think that social media has really caused such a detriment to our society, really bad. And put all these high stakes on things that are just not realistic anymore. It's like how can I compare it? It's just like how back in the day, like I don't want to use like the adult industry for the example, but like how men probably would watch like the videos back in the day or whatever, and then they start thinking that will be like they start making that be like their
standard of
yeah,
what they want
for what they want moving forward and stuff like that, and that's not realistic because that's produced. That's certain things. That's not how it goes in everyday life. And I feel like that's how the world is now becoming. Everything is just becoming like a big spectacle that doesn't meet realistic standards. I say that only because like I watch, because I don't want to promote no other no other YouTubers stuff with your stuff, but it's only because this is relevant to the topic. I watch a young lady by the name of Kendra G who hosts her own dating show. So she does a panel on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram where she has random people, men and women, doesn't matter what they're looking for, just call up and they can she asking them a list of questions to basically like fill out like their own little dating profile / in live resume to list their desires and stuff and what they want in a partner and stuff like that. Half these people ask for these unrealistic expectations, saying that a man has to make this sort of amount of money, this and that. but yet they're the person who's asking for this is unemployed. The person asking for this doesn't have a place to stay, living with roommates. But yet you want to go out and date and be courted by somebody. Like you need to when you want to get something, you have to be able to receive it, be on that level. You can't want a dog and not have no place to have it to lay, or no food to feed it, or nothing like that. Like the people just, I don't understand what's wrong with people in today's world. Like it really sickens me, and it really makes me just want to just live an isolation life, because the way people move, it just like common sense is just not common no more. It's no way. I don't understand. A date is a date. You make it what you make it back. How I was taught. It was just getting to know a person. It was just the building a connection, something like that. Now it's all about showing off. Who can top the most thing? Who can do the dream date? Only for you to talk about the date and never even talk about the person who you spent the time with. Like people's priorities are really, 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 really messed up, and it's so sickening. And I'm telling you, a lot of people will be single in these days moving on. That's why the divorce rate and everything else is high as it is now.
Very high. Yeah, it's very high. Yeah, it's a lack of reality, and we definitely said that. We said earlier, the social media scene has really created a lot of nonsense, that the expectations are just not realistic at all whatsoever. But the thing is, I just don't see it getting any better. I really don't. I really don't. Now, Freddie, that doesn't mean that you can be the way that you are, though, because like you said, you know good women. There are good women out there, just like there are good men out there. So I do feel that there is always someone out there for everyone, but to base it off of where someone takes you, as far as the date is concerned, especially the first date, you know, it's getting to a point where it's just like, this is getting really, really petty. However, should you have standards? Absolutely. Absolutely. You should definitely have standards. Like we're not and again, like if you got an attorney, you know what I'm saying, and she's accomplished and she got her stuff together, she may look at, why are you taking me to the Wingstop? But then there are some attorneys probably out there who will be like, I don't mind some wings. I will tear up some wings. I think it just really depends on the person. But these lists that are being created, that's why I said, who's the person behind the list?
Well, my thing is that why is a conversation not being had beforehand of your shared common interest of what you like, what you don't like, so that way when you think about planning stuff and putting in thought, you know how to move, how to plan. When I'm talking to somebody or just chatting to somebody, getting to know somebody, that's one of the first things that is asked. What are some things that you like to do on your free time? What are some activities that you like to get, that you like to pass by, stuff like that? Like, come on now, instead of just assuming that somebody's supposed to know what you want just off the top of your head. That's not how life works.
Exactly, which is why I say when I go out on dates, I don't think I've ever had, maybe in high school or in like undergrad, but for the most part, he'll say, where would you like to go? Where would you like for me to take you? You know what I mean? Like to me, it's like from the beginning, like, okay, well then I have the option. And then maybe we even have a conversation about that. Oh, I've never been to this place. Why did you choose this place? Because X, Y, and Z. Like, you know, that can spark a conversation. So yeah, I feel like social media, in my opinion, has caused people to have a lot of social anxiety, meaning in-person, face-to-face social anxiety.
Very.
It has caused people to lack communication, good old communication.
Work settings.
Huh?
I said people can't even function in work settings.
They can't.
Things are so awkward now being back.
And it's getting even worse because most jobs now, if you notice, are remote. Most jobs are becoming remote. So you're getting people who don't even know how to function with human beings anymore. So
hey, don't mess with my remote job. I like my remote job.
No. Trust me, I'm all for, especially with the gas prices. I'm all for remote job. So, but I'm just saying that it just causes even more, because there's actually studies out there now, from my understanding, that when you after the situation we had for a couple of years, I'm not gonna say it, but after that, and then people having remote jobs, people are having more anxiety about being out and going out compared to what what was going on before in 2019. They were better with it, but now it's hard for them. I think that's the same situation when it comes to being able to court and date people. People don't know how to communicate. You know what I mean? So when they don't know how to communicate, and like I said in this, when I showed this other slide, when they don't know how to communicate, when they lack personality, what else is there but for you to be superficial? What
Yeah.
else is there for you to be superficial? If you lack all of the qualities, you know what I mean? Like truly, what else is there? Oh, well, I might as well go to a nice restaurant because at least I'm gonna get some good food, but I don't know how to give good conversation. I don't know how to engage. I don't know how to talk to people. So therefore, I'm gonna sit up there and expect a certain type of food or a certain type of service from you for this date because at least I'm gonna enjoy some food because we're not about to have an honest, good, healthy conversation. That's the way it's coming off. But at the same time, again, I got a friend. She has her standards. Baby, Michelin star restaurant, that's what it is. Or you better take her on a yacht. You better take her on this. And very intelligent. She is very intelligent, very accomplished. But that is her standard. She's been able to get her standard too. So I can't knock her for that either. I can't knock people
Yeah,
who have the standards and who can get it.
but just as far as dudes too, though, but simping is at an all-time high though. Like,
What is your definition of simping, Freddie?
it's just what I said. Is a guy who will pander to a woman just so she'll be around him. He might not even be hitting it, but just to like take her out, he'll simp. Like he'll pay her bills just so she talks to him because he lacks confidence or anything.
So it's not because he likes her and he wants to take care of her and he's trying to make her his wife. Nope, not that.
Well, because maybe he could get a average girl, you know.
I can see where Freddie's coming from. Because a lot of guys just try to just do whatever because they want a specific goal, as opposed to doing back in the day the real genuine type of courtmanship and chivalry. Chivalry is absolutely totally dead in today's world, and a lot of men just mess with women for what they can get out of a woman. I firm heart believe that, but women do the same when it comes to men too. But to me, it's all about intention. Just like how you spoke about your friend Chris and how she demands a certain way. It's all about your intention and what you put out in the universe. You'll get back what you ask for.
Exactly. Very much so.
So that's why they say be careful what you ask for, because the universe sure will give it to you the way how you ask for it. That's why when I put stuff out in the world, I say specifically break by break. This is specifically what I want. So that way, when the Lord goes and gets it for me, He don't got to confuse it and bring me back something else.
And this is a good point too, that people trying to keep up with the Joneses. Here's the problem though, the Joneses be broke too. See, we got to stop this social media nonsense and thinking that because someone appears to have it, that means that they have it. Like that does not mean that they necessarily have it. And my thing is, that's another problem with social media. I think everybody wants to focus on everyone else. Focus on you. Focus on what you like, what you want in a situation. Stay in your own lane. Because if you're too busy focused on everybody else's stuff, where are you going to get in life? Where are you going to get as far as a relationship is concerned? Where are you going to get as far as getting courted like you want to? Where are you going to be as far as getting the woman that you want? You know, so like I said, social media has caused a lot of issues.
Well, I don't want to blame social media. I think people have always been this way, but I think now more people can fake it till they make it. So you have more and more people believing that this is what they have to do in order to get the girl of their dreams or the or the man of their dreams.
Okay, so you think it's always been this way?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always been gold diggers. There's always been players. There's always been people scamming or wanting the best of everything, which is okay. I mean, right, to each his own.
To a certain extent, but the percentage, in my opinion, has gone up. That's
well,
why
that's what I'm saying.
Rates. Yeah, like it's
social media has glorified it.
Yes,
has glorified it.
Absolutely.
And then again, you gotta remember.
Down the time.
And then you also gotta remember that before it used to be, you just used to see, Pedro down the block going to Pepito's mother's house to do something. Now it's shit, you seeing it on Instagram and it's halfway across the world.
Whose house, Yuli?
I'm just saying, Pedro going to Pepito's mother's house.
Pepito.
Y'all
Going down, hitting a sneaky leak.
You already know, you know.
Yeah, chivalry is absolutely dead, like that Jason mask that you got up there, Shayla.
No, and like Freddie said, chivalry has become an added feature.
Yeah,
Apparently.
for real. But yeah, but no, definitely. I mean, I wanted to have this discussion because when she gave me her perspective, I said, you know what? No, there isn't anything wrong with you having your standards. I still feel though that you shouldn't say them publicly. It's no one's business what your standards are. Your standards should be between you and the person that you are trying to date. And honestly, your standards, if your standards are realistic, like I said, you should be able to attract what your standards are. You should be able to. If you're not getting your standards, then you may need to look at that list again. That's just what it is. But as far as having plans, absolutely, you can have standards. You can have standards. But like Nene said, and everyone said, the lists were just superficial. They were petty. You know what I mean? And again, I feel like it was a way to literally cause division, and it was a way to lash out at women as usual. And like Nene said, if that girl was the preference, the stereotypical preference, would she have received that backlash? It's honestly something to question. If she was every single thing from fair skin, racially ambiguous, you know what I mean, all of that stuff, would she have gotten the same response? Brother Teeth, what would you think about that?
My thing is you can't come from a certain background and then you want that's like me coming from Skid Row, but when you pick me up, I'm expecting you to take me to the damn what's Michael Jackson's damn thing? That's like you take me to some fairy tale land like Disneyland or something with castles and all type of stuff. I'm not even used to that. You're gonna have to take me down to the chicken joint or something to what I'm used to real quick. And I can understand like chasing somebody's like thing, showing them something new or whatever. But my thing is you just have to be realistic in what you can do and what you can bring. Just at least starting off.
Yeah, starting off. But what if you did come from Skid Row and you made a very successful life for yourself, and there are certain things that you just don't want to go?
Oh, see, that's different because now you put yourself on that playing level. My thing is if you were still in Skid Row,
right,
still acting for all that actionness or whatever, you know what I'm saying? My thing is if you're gonna act what you want or whatever, you have to also be willing to also hit it or to achieve to that level to create that balance. You can't ask for something that you're not ready to receive, and a lot of people are asking for things that they are not ready to receive.
Or they don't deserve to have, because a lot of people need to do, like you said, the internal work before they start looking for anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
your phone bill not on, but you ready. You talking about you want to go on a date with some man. Worry about getting your phone bill turned on or whatever, so that way you can at least talk to the man about where he can pick you up at or something from. Like, get your priorities in order.
You know what I was just thinking? Whatever happened to, when you're calling a man to like 2:00 in the morning that y'all playing 21 questions on the phone? Whatever happened to that?
I guess because we came up at a time when social media, see, that was around a time when social media wasn't big. Like, I remember though, literally you would be on the phone until you fell asleep on the phone.
Okay.
Girl.
You
used to wake up with the
those were the days. That's when you really got to know people. Absolutely. Okay. And it's just
what's your favorite color?
Right.
What happened to those days?
What was your fantasies? Where would you like to be in 20 years? What happened to that?
How many kids you want?
But we know Freddie don't ask those questions, huh, Freddie?
Freddie asked what's your panty size. I ain't mad, Freddie.
We joking with you, Freddie. You there?
But it's not just Freddie.
I have real relationships.
Wait, he said what? You said what, Freddie?
I have real relationships. You act like I'm with sex dolls or something. I have real human interaction.
Yes, you do.
We know you do.
We know you have real human interaction. We know that.
I mean, come on. You're giving me no credit here.
How much human interaction do you have with women, and how many women at one time?
Sometimes 5, sometimes none. It just depends.
You know what? Look, at least you're honest. At least you're.
But it's not a bragging thing. It's just a lifestyle choice, right? Like, it's my lifestyle choice. and some people may not agree with it, but I try to be ethical. See, maybe some people don't believe that or will think I'm trash, a human being for that, but I do have ethics and I try to use, my better judgment.
Okay. Well, look,
That's what's up. See?
I feel like as long as everybody's on the same page.
As long as you're not creating more scorned women and more women with heartbreak and everything else, look, you can live your life. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's why I don't have a problem with what this woman or these people making these lists. I understand it, but at the same time, I mean, I just think it's just a bad look. Like, to me, like, just if I were to meet somebody, I would say that's a bad look. That's like, I don't like girls with tattoos. Sorry, I just think it's a bad look. I avoid women with tattoos. Can't trust them.
Mimi wants to
So
know
you
how
agree
old
with the
are-
list of the men, in other words.
Hold on, real quick. Hold that question, Yuli. Mimi wants to know how
Uh-huh.
old are the women he typically goes out with? How old are the women?
I usually try to stay more, probably above 28, but I could go down to like 24, and then sometimes older. It all
Older than
depends.
you?
Huh? Yeah, definitely.
So
Definitely
you
more.
range from 24 to women older than you.
Yes.
That is
Far
a
old,
big
maybe
range.
45, 50, probably up there.
That is a big range. Go ahead, Yuli. Ask your question.
He just caught me off guard right there. Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, it was the
Um,
tattoos? I think she was in the stage. So no,
So
that was
my question is, so do you agree with the list that the guys made with
no.
single
Like I said,
mothers and
I like all women. I mean, I like them all. Like single mothers, working at the club. I like them all. I don't discriminate, but I'm just saying, like, tattoos is something that I may look at a woman and I don't like it. Like, it's not a good look.
Do
Like,
you have a tattoo?
No, I actually don't have any.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be identified.
oh babe. So he is planning to make guys. This is the type of guy you gotta be careful with. He said he
No,
don't want to be identified.
No. It's a joke. But no, because most people do have tattoos. But I'm saying on a woman, like I don't like tattoos. Like to me, it's a red flag. Like we talk about red flags. So like what we're saying, this lady, those are red flags. This is like a big thing now, red flags, right? So if a woman is talking like that, it's a red flag. Because to me, what it tells me is what will she do to get what she wants?
Yeah, but that was what she said verbally, and that's what her inner what she was, even though she was acting or apparently allegedly, but that's what we saw as far as her attitude and what was going on internally. A tattoo doesn't determine how someone is internally, though.
But I'm saying as far as what I think. Sorry that I'm outside.
No, it's okay.
I'm saying what I look for. Like to me, it's not a good look. When I think of a woman, I don't want to see like dirtiness. Like, if she has a dirty car, that's a red flag. Like, if she has a big purse and it's all disorganized, red flag.
Oh my gosh, Freddie. Really?
That's a red flag for me too, Freddie. So I ain't mad at you.
Oh my God.
Now we know why Freddie got 5.
Now we know. Freddie.
So
look, y'all see what Aspen said? Aspen got me dying right now because it be like that. Like this dating world is sick.
Listen, I had a guy slide in my DMs wanting to get to know me. I asked him what kind of work he does, how long he has been in the military. He said, why so many questions? I'm like, how are you supposed to get to know someone? Exactly. Like I done had a plethora of guys in the DM before. I even had a guy like, do you guys know that there are pimps who now be sliding in the DM acting like they be one? I be like, you're a freaking pimp. No, I'm not. It's crazy out here. It's like, what the heck is wrong with y'all where y'all think, but they really think they try anybody on social media because, again, it's on social media. It's not like they're in front of that person. They can just easily type whatever they want to type and submit. I don't know if guys expose themselves. The block game is strong. Like literally.
Well, that's what I said. That's why women have it worse because simping is at an all-time high. So you have to imagine that
all-time high too.
Yeah, because a man. So you got like, let's say a nerdy guy. He just graduated. he can go get directly what he wants, right? So there's this thing called NPCs. Have you heard of these women?
No.
Okay, well, anyway, they're like on Twitch and stuff. They guys can go in these chat rooms and communicate. So they're getting a real person, and she's doing tricks for them. She's saying like, "Oh, ice cream, so good, yum yum." Like, look it up, and you'll understand what I'm
So
talking
in
about.
other words, they're going in and kind of picking the type of woman they want, and they can find it on this page.
Yes, it's a fantasy. So that's why simping's an all-time high, and that's why I don't blame these women, because it's like, well, shit, I might as well get it while it's getting as good. Because you have a lot of men, like you're saying, they don't have the game, they have money, but then they're looking at real women who are like this, like, why am I gonna go do that when I can go straight to the internet, go on Twitch, and this woman's gonna actually talk to me? She's beautiful and gonna give me what I need.
Wow.
I mean, it ain't very far than what we watch every Friday and every Sunday on About the Lockup, a 90-Day Fiance.
Yeah. Ooh.
Let's be honest here. It ain't far away. It ain't far off. It's the
So
same shit, only with different individuals.
So
Yeah.
regular women are competing against like fantasies made flesh, you know, and it's better than the strip club because they're not gonna pay attention to me, right? As soon as my cash runs out, they're off. But on these Twitch streams, they're right there, and they're talking at you, with you, and they're giving you the girlfriend experience, and that's
But
what they're
that just,
selling.
to me, shows how mentally gone people are, because if you are sane in your mind, you will want a real deal person, not something you can just type in and be able to get exactly what you want. Like that. Oh my gosh, like this sounds like iRobot. This sounds like a whole lot of stuff going on right now. But you know what, you guys, we have been on here for like an hour and a half. We had some great dialogue. Freddie, definitely come back, subscribe.
Okay.
So
I
we
will.
can have some dialogue. Just leave them P and F words, some F bombs out of
I
there.
just no, it was for effect,
Yeah,
you know,
but
to
you
get
know,
it
when you
across.
on live and you monetize, they can demonetize, they can remove, they can strike the
Oh,
stream, they
okay.
can do all of that stuff. So just be
My
mindful of that.
bad.
I love to hear your perspective, even if I don't agree with a lot of things. Here is a safe channel where you can speak your mind, but you will have people who are going to challenge you. But as long as you
No
can handle
worries.
that, which sounds like you can, definitely come back and subscribe. But
Yep.
we're going to start off. We're going to have our last words on the topic. So Yuli, go ahead and say your last words, and then Nene, and then Aspen, then Freddie, and then T. So go ahead, Yuli.
This has just put me in a very wild state, because it's just getting me to the point that, well, we need to become Jean Grey to learn how to read minds, child. Because this is getting to the point that, wow.
Right. Yeah. That is true. That is true. All right. Well, Nene, your final words, sis.
My final words is I don't have any of this drama because I'm not on social media. And my ideal date is the dispensary, and you could take me to Wingstop after we go to the dispensary. And that's all I
That's
gotta
right.
say.
After the dispensary.
Girl,
Girl,
what you
Nene,
doing
I'll
tomorrow
cook
night?
right afterwards.
Oh my gosh. I swear there have not been a live where Nene has not talked about that green. There is never, like, it's literally, whether it's in the chat or on the panel, she's gonna talk about that green. Go ahead,
Nene,
Aspen.
we going to the dispensary. I got you, girl.
Go ahead.
Hey, invite me.
You guys
Come
are
on, Yuli.
go ahead, Aspen.
I'll just say again, I just think it goes back to what people's intentions are with the first date, and in terms of what they're expecting out of that relationship. At least, I guess I'm old school, and that's how I think. But I do agree that I think even before social media, like reality TV, started shaping people having these
Ooh, that
kind
is
of
true.
Ding,
That is
ding,
true,
ding.
Aspen. Reality TV before that social media. You are absolutely right. Oh man, I
Ding,
was
ding.
not even think, because I don't even really watch. I only watch certain shows now for reviews. Totally forgot how social media has caused a lot of this. I mean, reality TV has caused a lot of this stuff as well. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right.
yeah. And I also have to piggyback off of Teeth, because it's probably been like within the last couple of months that I came across Kendra G, and I do watch the show mostly for kicks and giggles, but just realizing that people, I was like, dang, this is what people are thinking when they're thinking about dating. So if no one else has checked it out, it's really check it out. And I think you'll come back in the comments and you'll see that I think shows like that helps penetrates people's thought process and help generate lists like that, because it's like everybody's now looking for a man that makes, 6 figures, that's giving them that experience that, you say your friend is after, but they've never had it, but they got it in their head that that's what they want now. And then you have the men saying that you're not worth it, or if I am that type of man, why would I want just one of you when I can have 5 of you? So I'm not going to be exclusive with you. So it's very interesting to try to see how people's thoughts on dating today. That's all.
It's scary. Thank you.
Now
Thank
everybody
you,
wants to be
Ashton.
everybody wants to be in a now glorified type of relationship. Everybody wants that celeb type look at us, like you see, like with these what couples being YouTube famous or couples being Instagram famous and how many followers they can accumulate together. You got these people who just get together for TikTok relationships. Like nowadays, nobody's dating for the end goal, family, this or that, or we share common interests that we want to build and do this together. It's all about now, I want to get my name out there, you want to get your name out there. We trying to bring a whole collective of this, we want this type of fame, clout. It's just sickening. So sickening.
Well, I mean, I think we've learned at this point, I will hope people, but again, there's people who are so delusional. When you look at the Will Smiths and the Jadas of the world and stuff like that, y'all need to stop looking at these celebrities because we don't know what life they really live in and why they're really together. So, but go ahead, Freddie. Go ahead and give your last word.
Yeah. Well, from a male's perspective, just for fellas, you do have to watch out for these type of women. They will ruin you. But there are a lot of good women like you ladies. You sound like good ladies, good women. So, there's
Thank you, but we don't. We like you, Freddie, like a brother, but we definitely wouldn't date a Freddie. That's for sure.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I could change your mind. You never know. I'm not gonna press it.
No, you can't. But go ahead.
But I guess I'm getting cooked in the comments. But I like it. Bring it.
No,
I don't ever.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, Freddie, you're not getting cooked. You good. You part of the crew.
And even if you are, you focus on this. Like I said, it's a
you good, Freddie. Look, as long as you can stand on your own and you don't peep pop and backpedal, you good with me.
Yeah,
look, they can come to me in the comments. They already know I'm standing 10 toes down. Okay.
But I agree with a lot of the comments. Like, yeah, the reality TV, the power couples got people's minds twisted. But just for everybody, look, there's 6 billion people on the planet. There's somebody for everybody. It really is.
True.
And you don't have to settle. You don't have to. But don't settle. But don't fool yourself by reaching for fool's gold. The best things are found. Really are the little things. I genuinely believe that the best things in life are the little things.
Okay, well that is definitely something positive to end on. Thank you, Freddie. Okay, and Teef, what's your last words?
Y'all, if you're in a relationship, hold on to them, and if you're single, just live your best life, shorty. That's
hold on, depending on what type of relationship it is, because some people don't need to be held on to.
Yeah. If you got a good man, Savannah, hold on to him.
Ooh,
okay. If he's a good man,
he's a good man, Savannah. But thank you guys. This was a wonderful discussion. Just wanted to talk about it, give some dialogue. Hopefully these lists will end, but it seems like it's just continuing to grow. But at the end of the day, do what's best for you, your sanity, your family, like what you want in life. Just make sure you do what's best for you, but just have realistic expectations. Have standards, but be realistic with your standards. And that's just the bottom line. So on that note, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
And again, hit the like button if you are new, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.
Hold on 1 minute.
Huh?
I want to say congratulations, sis, on your 1K.
Oh,
you already know next year. Next year we're gonna be at 5K. The celebration party is coming real soon. Y'all just stay tuned and keep your ears to the streets, cause we coming, cause we celebrating. Chris gonna let y'all know real soon. But I just had to shout my sister up for her accomplishment, because like I told her, she was gonna hit it. She hit it, and we just gonna keep moving.
Yeah. Let me know when we're drinking.
Yes, thank you guys so much. We're gonna do a 1K live. So yeah, I'm humbled. I literally started this channel. I think my first video came in April, and here it is now, literally on that Sunday. I think it was before November. I made 1K, and the numbers keep going up. I appreciate y'all. I'm humbled by it all. I appreciate that you guys take the time out to hear me And you know, it's just good vibes over here. We know how to have a conversation and be able to discuss things and be able to chill. And you know, like you said, have your green, have your libations, and be able to chill and have a good time. That's what the Chris Nicole channel is all about. So
Yeah, just make sure you let us know when the festivities is so we can have our
yeah,
libations.
so you know, I gotta make sure prepared because I know y'all gonna want to get lit. So
Yes, yes,
And we
Nini,
back
right,
tomorrow,
Nini?
right?
yes, we are back tomorrow for Love After Lockup. And you guys, I am doing a live on the Milli Vanilli documentary. For those who did not watch it, please watch it. We're going to talk about it. It is a very good documentary. So we're definitely, it's going to be 2 lives tomorrow. I'm about to get busy. 2 lives tomorrow. Love After Lockup in the morning. And then we're going to do the Milli Vanilli documentary. So stay tuned.
That's
Where
fine.
can
I
we
was just
find the
wondering.
Milli
'cause-
Vanilli documentary?
Oh, the Milli Vanilli documentary is on Paramount Plus. I believe it's on
Okay.
I got it on Paramount Plus. I'm sure there's other places that probably have it at this point, but Paramount Plus is where you can get it. Definitely take a look at it.
got it too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
seen it on my Fire Stick.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really good. You guys definitely watch it. It'll bring that nostalgia back of the late 80s and early 90s also. So on that note, I will see you guys tomorrow.
Good night, y'all.
Love y'all.
Back
Have a
at it
good night.
again.